The man of action and man of destiny, builders of civilization. Introduction. Throughout history, certain individuals rise above their circumstances, not to dominate for vanity, but to shape events through courage, conviction, and relentless action. These are the men of action and men of destiny. They are not always born into greatness, but they seize it. They are the engines of history, the catalysts of progress, and the torchbearers of human advancement. Philosophical and literary foundations. The idea of a great man shaping history has ancient roots and has been echoed by thinkers, writers, and leaders across centuries. 1. Thomas Carlyle, On Heroes, Hero Worship, and the Heroic in History, 1841. Carlyle argued that the history of the world is but the biography of great men. To him, men like Napoleon, Luther, and Shakespeare were not mere products of their time, but forces who redefined their eras. The history of the world is but the biography of great men. Thomas Carlyle. 2. Friedrich Nietzsche, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and the Will to Power. Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch, Overman, closely parallels the man of destiny, one who transcends mediocrity and forges his own values. Nietzsche celebrated those who impose meaning upon chaos. The higher man is distinguished from the lower by his fearlessness and his readiness to challenge fate. Nietzsche. 3. Niccolò Machiavelli, The Prince. Machiavelli celebrated virtù, a quality of boldness, decisiveness, and vision. The successful prince is a man of action, capable of shaping fortune rather than waiting for it. Fortune favors the bold. Machiavelli. 4. G.W.F. Hegel, Philosophy of History. Hegel viewed world historical individuals as instruments through which the world's spirit unfolds. Napoleon, for example, was described by Hegel as the world spirit on horseback. Historical examples of men of action and destiny. Alexander the Great. By age 30, he had created one of the largest empires in the ancient world. His ambition, vision, and battlefield genius reshaped civilization from Greece to India. Julius Caesar. A military strategist and statesman, Caesar transformed the Roman Republic into an empire. His name became synonymous with power itself. Kaiser and Tsar are derived from Caesar. George Washington, not merely a revolutionary general, but a visionary founder who could have been a king, but chose the path of liberty. His restraint and leadership laid the foundation of a republic. Napoleon Bonaparte. An archetypal man of destiny, Napoleon rose from obscurity to dominate Europe. He rewrote laws, rebuilt nations, and embodied the fusion of brilliance and ambition. Theodore Roosevelt. A rugged frontiersman, writer, soldier, statesman, and reformer, Roosevelt's life was an unbroken series of bold moves, embodying vitality, willpower, and moral conviction. Teddy Roosevelt's Man in the Arena, 1910. This speech was delivered at the Sorbonne in Paris, and immortalized the spirit of the man of action. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds. Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls, who neither know victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt, 1910. Modern Reflections and Media. In modern times, the archetype of the man of action continues to inspire. In cinema, characters like Indiana Jones, Maximus from Gladiator, or even Steve Jobs in biopics reflect this. In literature, figures like Ayn Rand's Howard Rourke the Fountainhead and John Galt Atlas Shrugged serve as modern embodiments of individualism and purposeful action. In business and innovation, men like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Winston Churchill exemplify relentless motion toward world-shaping ideas despite resistance. Core traits of the man of destiny. Vision. They see what others cannot. Courage. They act in the face of fear. Persistence. They endure hardship and failure. Initiative. They don't wait for permission to lead. Self-reliance. They are inner-directed and independent. Moral clarity. Even amid ambiguity, they know their compass. Closing thoughts. The world is often shaped not by committees, theories, or critics, but by bold individuals who dare, do, and endure. Whether building nations, leading revolutions, exploring new frontiers, or reforming society, the man of action and man of destiny lives not for comfort, but for consequence. He dares to enter the arena, win or lose, and by doing so, shapes the world. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Stay tuned for more. You're watching Starship TV. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Let's continue. Here are some quotes about the man of action, the man of destiny. Virgil. Fortune favors the bold. Thomas Carlyle. The history of the world is but the biography of great men. John Galsworthy. A man of action forced into a state of thought is unhappy until he can get out of it. Aristotle. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Attributed to Abraham Lincoln. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Muhammad Ali. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Soren Kierkegaard. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. To not dare is to lose oneself. John F. Kennedy. A man does what he must, in spite of personal consequences, in spite of obstacles and dangers and pressures. Albert Einstein. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Pablo Picasso. Action is the foundational key to all success. Napoleon Bonaparte. A leader is a dealer in hope. George Washington. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Theodore Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick, you will go far. William Jennings Bryan. Destiny is no matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. Theodore Roosevelt. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Franklin D. Roosevelt. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Winston Churchill. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Albert Einstein. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Napoleon Bonaparte. The strong man is the one who is able to intercept at will the communication between the senses and the mind. British SS motto. He who dares wins. Confucius. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Vance Havner. It is not enough to stare up the steps, we must step up the stairs. Jean-Paul Sartre. Man is nothing else but what he makes of himself. William Shakespeare. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. Epictetus. You become what you give your attention to. Marcus Aurelius. The only wealth, which you will keep forever, is the wealth you have given away. Jean Genet. A man must dream a long time in order to act with grandeur. Mahatma Gandhi. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Frank Sinatra. The best revenge is massive success. William Butler Yeats. Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking. Jim Rohn. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Tony Robbins. It is not what we get, but who we become, what we contribute, that gives meaning to our lives. William Ernest Henley. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. Mac Anderson. Dream big dreams, but never forget that realistic short-term goals are the keys to your success. Epictetus. No man is free who is not master of himself. Elizabeth Kenny. It is better to be a lion for a day than a sheep all your life. Margaret Thatcher. You may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. Henry David Thoreau. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Walt Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Marcus Aurelius. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Richard Branson. The brave may not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all. Wayne Gretzky. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Lao Tzu. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. Robert F. Kennedy. Some men see things as they are and say why. I dream things that never were and say why not. Mahatma Gandhi. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Henry David Thoreau. Live your beliefs and you can turn the world around. Mark Twain. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Elon Musk. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Theodore Roosevelt. The credit